to get you. Na 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 na. I'm going.
My story is a real-life nightmare I still haven't awoken from, and sometimes I feel like I'm a dead man walking. I don't know if I'll ever find help, but I at least hope my story helps someone out there. It all started back when I was a teen, about 16 years old. One day my mom and I were returning home from my friend's place. Back then, my parents were still struggling, so we lived in a somewhat rural area. It was about 7 p.m., so everywhere was kind of dark. I remember vividly, my mom decided to follow a shortcut to our home that entailed crossing a small stream. As we approached the stream, I began to hear whistling noises. It didn't sound like a bird, it sounded human. However, there was no tune or rhythm to it, just a strange, spooky whistling. My mom heard it too, and she immediately urged me to quicken my pace. We quickly crossed the stream, my heart beating fast. I could see my mom was scared too, so we tried my best not to drag her steps. We got home soon after, and my mom warned me never to take that shortcut again. I never had that whistling sound again until 5 years later, when I was 21. This was after I met my girlfriend Dora. Dora and I had gone for a fun night out. We didn't have any plans precisely, so she suggested we head to the beach. I had never gone to the beach before, but on this night, I had forgotten all about that weird experience. But as Dora and I sat down there at the beach that night, it came again, the whistling. I asked Dora if she was the one whistling. She said no. I immediately stood up to listen, goosebumps all over me. The whistle was a bit louder this time, and there was a strange fear that came over me too. As I turned to look at Dora, she was smiling at me. She asked why I looked so scared. I said nothing. Then she made a shocking proposal, something I wish now that I had rejected, if I had known. Right there on the beach, Dora offered me play truth or dare, so as to take my mind off things. I agreed. She went first. I was shocked when she dared me to allow her give me a blowjob. I looked around. We were all alone at the beach, so no one would see us anyway. But I was scared. No girl had offered me something like this before, and there was a strange fear in my heart about this particular request. However, Dora pushed me down onto my back and went on with it. A few minutes later, she made me climax. I noticed she didn't allow any drop of semen to leak out. She swallowed all of it. But then the weirdest thing happened. With an eerie smile on her face, Dora stood up, walked backwards toward the sea, and dived into the raging waters. I stood there staring with horror and disbelief. I never saw her again. Thinking back now, I realize I never really knew who she was. We met at a bar 1 month earlier, and for some reason, she never disclosed any details about her family or her place. I don't know if I'll ever see her again, but I regret the day we met. She took my glory away, and I've never been myself since.